Welcome to our next vlog on self-care and how to gain a healthier, happier version of you. I'm Sophia from Wellbeing and I'm a mind and wellbeing coach, author, martial art instructor and personal trainer. In this series, I'm focusing on weight loss with tools and practices that you all can do really quickly and easily. And for more information, tips and tricks to rewire your health, just click on the links below and subscribe by pressing the subscribe button. Don't forget to press the bell so you know when next week's tips are uploaded. And be sure to watch this vlog, for the next fun interruption. These tips are not a substitute for medical advice, but for those of you that are frustrated with fad diets and their limited success, you probably realise that these diets are not financially or practically sustainable for long periods of time. So how do we rewire our thinking? Most clients come to me because the frustration is real. Their life is busy, maybe chaotic, maybe overwhelming, and health has taken a back seat. What I hear over and over is that everything else has taken priority, and now it seems that's just how it's always going to be. I was big as a kid, my family are big, I always eat healthy, and yet I don't see any changes. There are tips on my other vlogs and blogs, but today's tip is going to stretch you a little bit more. Not like last week's stretch and flex, but today's is to make you confront those things that you're doing to yourself in more specific details and see how the real effect of each day's effort is resulting in, and reprogram your habits a little bit more. As I hear clients tell me that they're not having big meals, that they're diligent in what they're eating, and yet they're not seeing changes, I really know something is not adding up. So today what I want you to do is a self-calibration.
Scanning, control, manipulate scientific data, take over, blast, control, world government, shut down infrastructure, ship everything to China. Just look at this person.
With these questions that I ask you, and I'm going to give you 6 tips. First of all, what are you actually consuming? I'd like you to check what goes in your mouth from when you get up in the morning to when you go to bed. What are you actually putting in there? There was a lady that I worked with that would swear she'd barely eaten anything all day. And then as we sort of unraveled our conversation, we'd find out she had a few crackers and occasionally she put some cheese on them or Vegemite. And yes, clearly this is in Australia because, you know, Vegemite is Australian. A bit of a tell there. These crackers on their own were not a big deal, but when taken with a snack after school with her kids prior to dinner and then easily forgotten and discarded, they slowly added up. And over a couple of weeks we discovered that she was doing the same with a cupcake here or there and a muffin, all extra food of low nutritional value that didn't complement her diet in any way, and she wasn't doing the necessary exercise to back that up. And what's worse, she had instantly forgotten that she'd had these snacks. So check 1 is to actually pay attention to what you're putting in your mouth. Now you may have heard it all before, but if you still haven't had the success, then you probably haven't followed through with all the other checks that I'm going to add. So the second check is, what size are your portions? There are an amazing amount of calories hidden, particularly in processed foods. So if your portions are big, and you didn't have snacks, you're still probably consuming too much. This is really easy to do. Last night I was out for a regular family function and we all put in for pizzas, and it's really easy to keep dipping into the pre-dinner snacks or to have that extra slice of pizza. Now I never say no, don't have a particular food, but it's important to pay attention to how much of that food you consume. It's so easy while socializing to down a couple of extra slices of pizza or a few extra pre-snacks that you wouldn't probably have had in any other time, and you consume them because you're largely distracted. And the third check, how hungry are you really? At times I find we've skipped meals and then we can just sit down and totally binge out. Now it would have been better to have had probably a healthy lunch with salad or vegetables. Remember my vlog on eating with more colour and drinking more water? By doing that, there isn't the illusion that we're in such a big calorie deficit, and therefore we're not as hungry and we don't need as much as our belly might really be telling us. And fourthly, people respond to food differently. Some people can consume carbs and have no effect. I know when I was competition training and doing lots of evening exercise, I could easily down big plates, yes, I did say plural, of pasta in the evening. Now that I'm older and I find that I do less training, particularly in the evening, I find that even one plate can make a jump on the scales by a kilogram the next morning. Some people will totally swear by keto or vegetarianism, or maybe this fad or that fad that worked for them. However, we all have different requirements, and this is one reason why fad diets don't work. The other is the restrictive nature of them. Who wants a life of just shakes only? So you need to pay attention to how you feel after each meal. Do you feel lethargic or energized, bloated, cramped or constipated? Your body is an amazing feedback mechanism, and if we really listen to it, we'll find out how we can guide our meals. The fifth thing I'd like you to help with the above strategy is to actually weigh yourself. Now, please don't do this to see if you've lost 100 grams each day, but really just to check how last evening's meal reacted with your body. Sometimes this can be a really big help in directing you forward. And a clean day of eating can show up really quickly on the scales. Alternatively, if you binge, it can also reflect how you might be feeling inside. The sixth and final check, and I'm sure you can see by now how they're all linking, is really just to pay attention to how much exercise you're doing. I've had people tell me how much they walked this day or that, and I remember being on the wards when I was nursing years ago. I felt like you did thousands and thousands of steps. All those weekends that you've been in the home and perhaps cleaning or doing gardening. But in real life, when we're tracking it, I actually found that it didn't add up to even anywhere near the 10,000 steps that they recommend. As you know, I've suggested in previous vlogs that I'd like you to do more than 10,000 steps, up to 12, and to start putting in some extra exercises. Now that you're putting in that check with what you ate the night before, what the scales are appearing, you're getting a more comprehensive picture of what's working for you and what isn't. And once you know that, you can make the appropriate changes. Perhaps you need to move more. Perhaps you need to add in weights to complement cardio. Weight days can often get bigger results than you would have thought. And maybe reduce carbs. Maybe that helps you feel less lethargic. I know many people find that having a big carb intake alters their alertness. It's all a big story about how your body works for you, and it's all complementary. When you understand, you can tweak, adjust, and improve every single day. So if you like what I had to say, click on the button below to subscribe, and stay tuned till next week to hear how you can keep on feeling better and better with real workable strategies and techniques. I look forward to hearing from you and how you're progressing. Just please feel free to leave me a message or send an email. Until then, I'm sending you much love.